Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Amar bin Salim. I'm a member of the marketing team at the Office of Advancement at LUMS. It is my privilege to be hosting these Knowledge Week webcast series for Suleiman Dawood School of Business. And basically, the idea is to talk to you about your concerns, your queries, any suggestions that you might have. If you want to learn how your career could look like after you've completed a certain program, a certain graduate program at SDSB. So this is your opportunity to converge with us. Through this Knowledge Week webcast series, we have already talked about the MS Accounting and Analytics program offered at SDSB. Then on Tuesday, we discussed the Supply Chain and Retail Management program. On Wednesday, we talked about the Business and Public Policy program. And yesterday, our day was for MS Healthcare Management and Innovation program. And today is the last day of the first week of the Knowledge Week webcast series, which is basically divided in 2 weeks for Suleiman Dawood School of Business. And today, inshallah, we'll talk about the MS Technology Management and Entrepreneurship program. In the following week, starting Tuesday, we'll again start seeing you for 4 different graduate programs offered for the remaining 4 different graduate programs offered at SDSB. So thank you very much for joining us today. And I'm also privileged to be sharing this platform with Ms. Sara Pervaz, Ms. Manahil Qureshi, and Mr. Badar Khushnood. Ms. Sara Pervaz is a teaching fellow at SDSB, which is short for Suleiman Dawood School of Business. And she's also the program director for the MS Technology Management and Entrepreneurship program. Mr. Badar Khushnood is the co-founder of fishery.com. He is also the chairman of Pasha, Pakistan Software Houses Association, and he's also the executive in residence for the MS Technology Management and Entrepreneurship program. Ms. Manahil Qureshi is a current student of ours enrolled in the MS TME program at LUMS. So thank you very much to all of you for joining us, taking time out being with us.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Sara, I'm going to start with you. Kindly introduce the Suleiman Dawood School of Business and also talk about the MS Technology Management and Entrepreneurship program to our audience.
Okay, sure. So as a business school, STSP has been around for quite a few decades, and we've established ourselves as one of the few schools that are ahead of the curve when it comes to the business fundamentals, the skill set, and the job placement readiness in terms of students. Recently, we analyzed our portfolio and we came up with this set of MS degrees. The idea or the vision behind this was to have a cross section of business fundamentals and a specialized area from the industry that was in demand and create student profiles which were very, very sharply or accurately positioned to fill the gaps that currently were not being filled. So if I was to introduce these MS degrees, I would say that these are smart, agile, they save you time, they save your money, they put you right at the center of the change happening, and they're going to be in high demand in the market in the coming years. So these MS programs are differently positioned in that sense. But rest assured, it's going to be a cross section of business fundamentals and another area. For TME, it's technology and entrepreneurship. So technology and entrepreneurship, in essence, we don't want tech experts, or we don't promise that you're going to become entrepreneurs after getting through this degree. What we are pushing for is an entrepreneurial mindset, or an intrapreneurial mindset, and innovative thinking. So anybody can do that. So I would just say that this program is extremely unique in its design, content, application, as well as the experience it's going to provide you. So the rest, I'm sure the discovery path will continue if you make it to the program or if you interact with somebody from the program.
Of course, Sara. So Sara, could we also introduce the program structure, the way we have structured different courses
sure.
in 2 years?
So it has 1 year of coursework. So you have 2 terms. The first term is going to be concentrated heavily on business fundamentals. So core business fundamentals will be covered in the first term, which is from September to December. Then from Jan to May, and April, roughly, the spring term, we are going to talk about electives. So we will now then pursue the electives of each MS programs. For TME, it's going to be technology, entrepreneurship. We have business venture proposals. We have area-specific specialized courses for you. So 1 year of coursework. Then in the summer, we have a data analytics course that is again going to bring data sets from the industry and let you apply your analytical skills on data analysis. And then we end with the capstone, which is you're not required to be on campus for that. It's a field thesis per se. We call it also a partnership with the industry to give experience to the students. So it's not your regular internship. It's still graded, but it does come under an applied or experiential period where you get to apply whatever you learned in the last 1.5 year. You get to apply it with industry partner. This could be partially your placement pitch also with the industry, but we let you go in the industry and get your hands dirty and get the experience also. So it's a very, very compressed 1 year of coursework only, and then 6 months of an industry project. That's the structure.
Okay. So यानी कि total program length जो है would be 1.5 years. 1 year आपने जैसे बताया would be a
1 year
coursework.
coursework, हाँ, and then you are
बाकी जो है
placed.
वो field with. And that would also be graded जैसे आपने बताया.
Yes,
बिल्कुल सही.
graded.
Badar, you have been working with the industry और आपने मतलब हमारे graduates को भी देखा होगा industry के अंदर. In your own understanding, आपको क्या लगता है कि how has this program allowed us to cater to the diverse needs of the industry in Pakistan, even outside Pakistan, or what were some of those gaps that we aim to fulfill, to fill in with this program?
जी, thank you so much, Amar. I think Amar, कुछ चीजें कोविड में I think इस प्रोग्राम की जो इम्पोर्टेंस है वो reinforce हुई है. And actually we started this program just before COVID, और फिर हमें पूरा प्रोग्राम जो पहला वाला बैच है वो हमें ड्यूरिंग कोविड वर्चुअली करना पड़ा, पूरे का पूरा टीच और उनको मैनेज. एंड एक्चुअली दैट आल्सो टॉट अस एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द प्रोग्राम इज ऑल अबाउट. जैसे सारा ने भी बात की, द होल प्रोग्राम इज अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रही है, और वो आपका जो माइंडसेट, एंटरप्रेन्योरल माइंडसेट जो आपने अपने अब स्टार्टअप के लिए डेवलप अगर करना है वो करना है, या अगर आपने इंटरप्रेन्योरल एबिलिटी डेवलप करनी है अपनी कहीं आपने कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में, तो दोनों चीजें जो हैं वो क्रिटिकली आपके लिए इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो इस प्रोग्राम से हम चीज हमारी जो पहले वांट्स थी वो अब नीड्स बन गई. सो जो डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की नीड्स हैं, जो आपके रोल्स हैं, वो सारे इसमें कवर होने, यहाँ से कवर हो रहे हैं आपके बड़े अच्छे तरीके से, बिकॉज इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ मिक्स ऑफ योर मैनेजमेंट एंड योर टेक जो डिसिप्लिन हैं दोनों का. उसकी वजह से जो आपकी एक नीश डेवलप हो रही है, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू ब्रिज द गैप बिटवीन इंडस्ट्री एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल चेंजेस हो रही हैं दुनिया में, डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में, as we see, I mean, as we even talk about, even debates हो रही हैं कि blockchain allowed है नहीं है, NFTs होनी है, crypto होना है नहीं होना, all of that is kind of as part of this curriculum कि हम कैसे उसकी fundamentals. Of course, we can't deep dive into all subjects, but आप students का एक fundamental mindset उस तरफ direction उस तरफ हम set कर देते हैं, fundamentals ठीक कर देते हैं ताकि वो industry के साथ कर सकें. And being part of the industry, and while working with the placement of the first batch, we realized कि industry में demand ज़्यादा है और supply अभी भी कम है, and that's what we are trying to fulfill as well. So I think जो challenge है ज़्यादा वो ये हमें देखना है कि हमने जो students और उनकी families हैं उनके लिए how to help them understand the importance of this new degree and the new direction कि किस तरफ जाना है. And hence the demand is certainly there, not just within Pakistan but globally as well. So that's a huge gap which is being fulfilled by very few people right now. So there is certainly a demand and requirement in the industry, which I think we are very well kind of positioned right now as a first movers benefit here.
Exactly, बिल्कुल सही है. आपने जैसे बताया भी कि there is more demand for people with these skills, of course, and there is less supply, and we are trying to make sure कि हम अपनी industry को जो है वहाँ पे support कर सकें. Before I go to Manahil, there are a couple of questions that have started coming in from social media, and the first one is from Mubin, and he's asking, how can I enroll myself for this online for this program? So Mubin, what you have to do is to create application. For that, you'll have to go to www.lums.edu.pk, and there will be a link that will route you to the application पोर्टल, एंड वहाँ पे आप अपनी एप्लीकेशन रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो फिल इन करके अपनी एप्लीकेशन को सबमिट करके रिक्वायर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट्स जो उनको सबमिट करके ऑनलाइन इस प्रोग्राम के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. एंड द क्वेश्चन दैट हैज कम फ्रॉम सारा आप तो नहीं लिख रही क्वेश्चंस कहीं. सो दैट इज के हाउ टू अप्लाई. ऑल्सो प्लीज कंफर्म इफ इट इज गोइंग टू बी एन ऑनलाइन और ऑन साइट प्रोग्राम. जी सारा.
Okay, so we did run it online the last year because partially we didn't have a choice. It was supposed to be a blended hybrid program from day one. So we don't promise you either or. It's going to be a good, healthy mix of both. So going forward from here on, given the government policies and restrictions, if there are none, we are still going to make sure कि आपको campus और online का equal एक healthy वो मिले option मिले. And the reason behind that is nothing but just better time management. So we think कि smartly manage करना is still at the need of the hour. So but ये completely online नहीं होगा unless of course we again have to comply to a government policy. Otherwise ये नहीं होगा. But it's going to be a hybrid or a blended learning program. So keep in mind कि कुछ lessons और कुछ classes online होंगी. But otherwise campus खुल चुका है और classes हो रही हैं.
Achha, Sarah, if I were to give you a situation कि जहाँ पे, and we were discussing it yesterday within our own team as well, कि अगर government दोबारा से goes back to the lockdown situation और वहाँ पे कहते हैं कि classes सब जो हैं online होंगी, so कितना फर्क पड़ जाता है एक student की learning में if they were to come and now that they are not able to, so they're going to go with online classes.
देखिए, I'll also get Manahil's perspective on this because she's been through an online learning session, rigorous session. But I think मेरे lens से जहाँ से मैं देखती हूँ, it's a mindset problem, Amar. It's not really there's no damage as such that we can measure कि either or क्या फर्क पड़ा batch online था या on campus था. But it's a mindset issue. I would recommend कि keep an open mindset. जो difficulties होंगी, we are together. We will make up for it. We will try our best to manage it smartly again. But I don't think it should matter right now. It's the least of our worries कि हमारा medium क्या है learning का. I think we have bigger, better things to sort of keep an eye on and target for. So I would always encourage all my students that don't get stuck in the medium of teaching online versus on campus. It's just a medium. There's more to learn and gain from this whole experience. And I think they should be focusing on that rather than just the medium. But I would let Manahil also weigh in on this because I have a different perspective.
बिल्कुल Manahil, आपसे वैसे भी आपके पास एक क्वेश्चन मैंने करना ही था. It would be great अगर आप थोड़ा सा क्लब कर सकें इसको कि also talk about the academic background that you have so that it creates relevance with the applicants who are considering to apply, and also what made you take interest in the MSTM program, and you would have joined the program during the during the peak COVID time. So with online classes and then some classes on campus, was it easy for you? Was it difficult for you? We would be very, very happy अगर आप थोड़ा सा guide कर सको हमें इसमें.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure sharing forum with Mr. Badar and Ms. Sarah. So yeah, आपका जो पहला क्वेश्चन था about my educational academic background. So मेरा कोई business studies का background नहीं है. मैंने कभी economics, finance, accounting कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ी थी. Even मेरा Cambridge system में भी कोई मैंने business studies नहीं ली हुई. I have done matriculation. और मैंने पहली दफा यहाँ master's program में ही आके business के सारे subjects पढ़े और यहीं पे fundamentals मेरे lay down हुए. So yeah, I came from a chemical engineering background. Core hardcore, then मेरा experience भी chemical engineering का था. So neither work experience business studies से related था ना ही formal degree. तो जितना मैंने यहाँ पे किया, especially जो foundation courses है, that helped me to take a kickstart in business studies. So yeah, it helped me a lot. And then as per your second question कि कैसा रहा experience, क्योंकि हमने बिल्कुल peak COVID में हम लोग enroll हुए थे, हमारा जो first batch था, and then situation बहुत uncertain थी. We were very skeptical कि किस तरह से होगा, क्या होगा. हमारे लिए बिल्कुल न्यू था. For upcoming batches अब तो काफी ज़्यादा अच्छा उनको एक clearer picture मिल सकती है कि अगर situation uncertain है तो आपका ये channel होगा. If this is something which is under control तो आप ये करोगे. So yeah, मुझे ऐसा लगता है course outline would remain same, instructor would remain same. It's just that जो चीज़ अगर आपने क्लास में पढ़नी है वो आप अपने लैपटॉप के थ्रू पढ़ सकते हैं. क्लास पार्टिसिपेशन मेरी तो कभी इफेक्ट नहीं हुई, ना मुझे फील हुआ है. इवन हमें ज़्यादा इंजॉयमेंट मिली, हमारा कम्यूट टाइम बच गया, हमने वो टाइम अपनी स्टडीज़ में कर लिया या हमने नेटवर्किंग में वो यूटिलाइज कर लिया. सो फॉर मी ऑनलाइन इज लेस ऑफ अ हैसल एंड इज मोर सेफ. सो या.
Okay, bilkul sahi. ठीक है. Thank you so much, Manahil. And we're going to come back to you with another question that I've got on social media. But before we go over there, Badar, in your opinion, who would be an ideal candidate to apply to the MS TME program? And also, do candidates need to have prior industry experience? या उसके बगैर भी कर सकते हैं?
I think हमारे इस पे सारा भी ऐड कर सकती हैं ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिकली, बट आई थिंक हमें कोई खास एक्सपीरियंस एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं है. मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली जो भी आप, आई थिंक मनाहिल ने ये वाला आंसर वैसे कर दिया है. केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग अगर ये कर सकते हैं तो आई एम श्योर कि इससे ज़्यादा डाइवर्सिटी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं आप करेंगे. सो आई थिंक दैट्स द क्लियर आंसर. इट इज फॉर एनीवन हु इज पैशनेट, who really wants to explore the new normal and the new mediums, जो भी नई चीज एक्सप्लोर करना चाहता है, जिसमें पैशन है कि मैं कोई नया काम करना चाहता हूँ और एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस को ट्रांसफॉर्म करना चाहता हूँ या अपना स्टार्टअप बनाना चाहती हूँ, कोई भी वट एवर इज द objective there, anyone who's with an open mind and wants to not go and wants to go off the beaten path, this is the I would say this is the most ideal thing. Like literally मैं इंडस्ट्री में काम कर रहा हूँ, टेक्नोलॉजी की कंपनी रन करता हूँ, आई एम एन इकोनॉमिक्स ग्रेजुएट. सो मेरे हिसाब से आपका पैशन, आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव, आपका गोल, आपकी ओपननेस, दैट डिटर्मिन्स एंड डिफाइंस कि ये आप कर सकते हैं कि नहीं. एंड आजकल तो आप अपनी कोई भी नई चीज सीख सकते हैं और बाइट साइज लर्निंग करके आप अपने आप को उस चीज में इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. सो आई थिंक दिस इज फॉर समवन who's looking for the cutting edge opportunity, जो अगले अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना चाह रहे हैं फॉर द नेक्स्ट सेंचुरी. दिस इज द प्लेस टू किक ऑफ दैट पार्ट. सो देयर आर नो स्ट्रिंग्स अटैच्ड कि आपने क्या पढ़ा हुआ है, क्या नहीं पढ़ा हुआ. आपकी फंडामेंटल्स अगर ठीक हैं, आपकी एथिक्स ठीक हैं, आप हार्ड वर्किंग हैं, और जिस तरह मनाहिल ने बात की, एंड आई अप्रिशिएट कि मनाहिल ने इस बात को हाईलाइट किया कि आपकी ओपन माइंडेडनेस बड़ी जरूरी है. मनाहिल की और इसके बैच को नहीं पता था, हमें भी नहीं पता था, पढ़ाने वालों को भी नहीं पता था, प्रोग्राम स्ट्रक्चर करने वालों को भी नहीं पता था कि कोविड आ जाएगा एंड वील हैव टू लिटरली चेंज द वे टू डू इट. द अदर ऑप्शन कुड हैव बीन कि हम कहते हैं हम पोस्टपोन कर रहे हैं और फिर 1 साल बाद देखेंगे क्या होगा. बट आई थिंक when you say, the title of the program is Masters in Technology Management and Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs have to really solve problems, and there are problems. Every problem is actually eventually a challenge, and you need to solve it. So this is exactly what the mindset which Sarah was referring to earlier is all about. So it is for everyone who has actually the diverse background you have, the better it is, because then you take back this digital transformation journey, understanding back to that vertical or industry sector. I think that really helps. So I think Sarah can add more to the specific degree requirements, but I think this is what I see it from an executive in residence perspective.
See, Sarah, what do you believe? Is that important, or do we have that as a requirement as well, basically?
Not at all. We don't have a requirement at all for a program entry level, but I think again everything that Badar has said sort of points out कि अगर आप status quo से तंग आए हुए हैं, या if you don't want to be run of the mill एक और 5,000 MBA graduates या BBA graduates, वो again please remember the industry right now is looking for specialists who want to give them solutions. They don't want another set कि हम उनको लेके फिर अपने 1 साल के प्रोग्राम उनको ट्रेन करें, वो जो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स हैं फिर उनको सिखाएं. They want industry ready graduates. So I think the mindset that you'll bring to the program is going to be, अगर आप प्रेशर ले सकते हैं, अगर आप सोल्यूशन फाइंडर हैं, अगर आप फंसते नहीं है चीज़ों को, आप पुश थ्रू करते हैं, आपको फेलियर से डर नहीं लगता, you're willing to learn through your failures, you're an ideal candidate. I still categorically remember interviewing Manahil and so many other students also in that batch. We were just pushing, we were trying to see कि pressure कैसे लेते हैं, कहाँ पे give up करते हैं, कहाँ पे कहते हैं हमारे से नहीं हो सकता है. So we were just trying to try and push them to see कि कितना pressure ले सकते हैं और ये किस तरह out of the box सोचते हैं या कितना इनका regular वो thought process है. So if you think you have something different to offer, please do apply, write a personal statement and send it in. We'll definitely give you a call and we'll give you a chance to showcase that why do you think you have that skill set that nobody else right now has in the market. And trust me, the rest is our job. We'll polish you, we'll place you in the industry. That is where our school strengths come in. So you don't have to worry about wo kaise hoga. Leave that to us. But if you're different, you think differently, do apply.
And I think that's kind of true for all the different MS programs.
Yes.
जिनके साथ program faculty के साथ I've been able to conduct webcasts. This is something that I have learned. Even if you do not have prior industry experience or prior relevant academic background, you can still apply to the program. And it's what we try to understand is that we look for a certain characteristics in your own personality. And अगर वो आप में अंदर मौजूद होते हैं, so then you join the SDSB family, and the rest, as Sarah mentioned, is our job to transform you into something that's very, very useful for the industry and focused at solving problems that the industry is faced with. बिल्कुल सही.
Ammar, if I may add, just wanted to add, I think for everyone's knowledge, so पिछले इससे 1 साल में पाकिस्तान में startups ने raise किया about $350 million plus. सो एक तो इन सारे स्टार्टअप्स को भी टैलेंट चाहिए, बिकॉज दीज आर ऑल टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड स्टार्टअप्स। तो एक तो टैलेंट की बहुत ज्यादा डिमांड है, और ये वो डिग्री है जो इन सब स्टार्टअप्स में आपको फुट इन द डोर देगी विद द न्यू टाइटल्स, द प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर्स, UI UX इंजीनियर्स, प्रोग्राम मैनेजर्स। दीज आर ऑल न्यू टाइटल्स जो कि आप डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में देखेंगे, डिजिटल एरा में देख रहे हैं। इसी तरह जो एग्जिस्टिंग टेक कंपनीज हैं जितनी, इस वक्त तकरीबन हमारे हिसाब से 5,500-6 हजार कंपनियां कम से कम सिर्फ एक्सपोर्ट कर रही हैं टेक्नोलॉजी सर्विसेज पाकिस्तान से। उन सबको भी ये वाली पोजीशंस में लोग चाहिए। सो ह्यूज डिमांड साइड नीड इस वक्त है। सो जस्ट वांटेड टू हाईलाइट जो भी सर ने बात की कि इफ यूर आई मीन द कीवर्ड हियर इज आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, कि अगर आप अपने आप में चेंज लाना चाहते हैं और आप चाहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान की इकोनॉमी में कंट्रीब्यूट करें पॉजिटिवली विदाउट गेटिंग, आपको रीट्रेनिंग की जरूरत ना हो इमीडिएटली, बल्कि आप कटिंग एज पे हो, सो दिस इज द डिग्री, दिस इज द प्रोग्राम फॉर यू।
Exactly. Thank you for bringing us these facts, Badar. I think I was listening to one of your interviews जिसमें आपने बताया था कि पाकिस्तान की जो previous exports थी, they were around $1.47 billion, and now we have moved on to $2.1 billion figure, which is which is a huge achievement, and I understand. और जिस तरह से आप बता रहे हैं कि the number of startups are increasing, and of course they are also looking for people who are all, again, as Sarah mentioned, are industry ready. So yeah, there is this huge demand for people who will be graduating from this program and joining the industry, inshallah. As a matter of fact, it gives me an opportunity to let our audience know that LUMS maintains a graduate employability index of 96%, which basically means that students who graduate, 96% of them get hired within the first 3 to 6 months after their graduation. And we have also been top ranked by QS Graduate Employability Index as well. So yes, Manahil, आपके पास again, I'm gonna come. I need some insights with regards to you being a student at STSB. So how does a normal LUMS day look like to you? कितना difficult होता है, कितना आसान होता है? Case studies बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं. Professors जो हैं वो कितनी मतलब sleepless nights पे आपको focus कर देते हैं कि आपने रहना है and आप इस वक्त सारा बदर से नहीं डरना है.
Well, it's not that, it's just that हमें ऐसा लगता है कि वो सारी अब रियलाइज हो रहा है, सिंस अब हम प्लेसमेंट के फेस में हैं, तो अब हमें रियलाइज हो रहा है कि अब वो जितनी केस स्टडीज हमने जो पढ़ी हैं, जो हमने क्लास सेशंस किए हैं, हमने जितनी डिबेट्स की हैं, इवन हमारे पास इतना ओपन कल्चर है कि अगर आपने किसी से डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन भी रखना है, बी इट योर क्लासमेट, बी इट योर टीचर, तो हमें हमेशा इंकरेजमेंट ही मिलती है. देयर आर मेनी टाइम्स कि हम इंस्ट्रक्टर्स के साथ डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू शेयर कर रहे होते हैं, जस्ट टू सी कि अगर उनके लेंस में ये बात किस तरह से देखी जा सकती है एंड हाउ वी परसीव इट. सो या डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स मिलते हैं, डाइवर्स बैकग्राउंड्स के साथ आपके क्लासमेट्स भी होते हैं, आपको अपनी क्लासमेट्स का भी बैकग्राउंड से काफ़ी फायदा मिलता है. एंड देन एट लास्ट जब आप प्लेसमेंट के लिए अपने फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट्स, थीसिस प्रोजेक्ट्स कर रहे होते हैं, तो वो जितना प्रेशर, जितनी केस स्टडीज, जितनी सिमुलेशंस हमने पढ़ी होती हैं, इट स्टार्ट ऑफ मेकिंग कनेक्शंस, एक डॉट्स कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं. देन वी से ओके ठीक है, वो जो हमने पढ़ा था दैट वाज इट, वो ये चीज थी, दैट वाज रेफरिंग टू समथिंग एल्स जो अब हम यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं. सो या इट वाज फॉर गुड.
ठीक है, तो मेरा ख्याल है आप बेसिकली वो ये सब कहना चाह रहे हैं कि आई गेस कि एक इंसान का होराइजन डेवलप होता है फ्रॉम द वेरी फर्स्ट डे दैट ही एंटर्स TSB फॉर द प्रोग्राम एंड व्हेन दे आर क्लोज टू द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. बिल्कुल सही.
The growth is outside your comfort zone. तो अगर आप comfort zone में रहेंगे, if you think कि बहुत आसान है, प्रेशर नहीं है कुछ भी, आप I don't think you will be able to learn anything new. आपको comfort zone के बाहर ही growth और learning मिलेगा.
I hope this is true because for the longest time, even in my own trains, this is what I've been telling कि आपको अपने comfort zone से बाहर निकलना पड़ता है, फिर growth होती है. But there was this post that I read the other day and it said कि नहीं comfort zone में रहना भी ठीक है. So I'm kind of confused right now, and I tend to go with that कि जो भी आप social media में देखते हो वो सब कुछ सच नहीं होता. So
हमारा I hope कि आप apply तो नहीं कर रहे इस प्रोग्राम के लिए, हमें मुश्किल होगी shortlist करने में.
मैं वैसे कंसिडर कर रहा था टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, लेकिन अब मैं सोचता हूँ थोड़ा. सारा आपके पास आता हूँ फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द पीपल अगेन, इफ यू कुड one by one talk about the criterions we have established to enter the program.
So you need a graduate degree, which is your the number of school years, जो schooling years है, graduate degree आपके पास होनी चाहिए minimum. You need to have an aptitude test that could be GMAT, GRE, or NTS, CAT, कुछ भी, either or. There is no restriction, and there is no bar also. Okay, what are we requiring for? So every year the figure looks different, जो हम एक spectrum लेते हैं intake का, then you need references. Academic references are preferred also. अगर आपका work experience नहीं है तो you don't need professional references. The most important thing in your application is going to be your personal essay or your personal interest statement that you're going to send us, because we've asked you that why do you think you should be given a spot in the program, and how can you make the best of, if you do get in, what do you do with it? So just make sure you have a plan, and when you write down, you showcase all your skill sets and make a good strong case that why you should be given the spot in the program. So it's a very simple requirement admission ke liye, or there's nothing really technically very difficult to apply.
अच्छा सारा, इस पूरी इक्वेशन में इंटरव्यू का कितना सिग्निफिकेंट पार्ट है?
देखिए, of course, after the applications are shortlisted, then you reach the interview stage. So first मैं फिर भी कहूँगी कि आपका जो personal essay जो है ना, वो सबसे ज़्यादा important है. उसके बाद if you get through, if you get shortlisted, then the interview becomes very important. We feel management sciences में especially और business fundamentals में जब आप assess कर रहे होते हैं, तो it's a very strong part of this is how you present yourself or how you pitch your how you brand yourself basically, and your ideas, and how well do you communicate. So I think yes, interview ki prep is very important, but again it is going to be based on something that you have. So if you're grounded, and if you meant the essay that you wrote, and it was all honest, so it will show through the interview also. So I would not worry about the interview stage per se. The first stage is to get shortlisted for the interview process. But hota hai important. We think it's very important that you should be able to take a panel interview and sort of convince us that you're the right candidate. Because it gets tougher by that stage also, Amar. Aapko pata hai, jab shortlist hoke pahunchte hain, to the best of the best are there. So it's very tough also. But you got to take a chance, right? And only then you'd find out.
Exactly. I even said the same thing during there came up a question in my last webcast, and I said the same thing. You will miss 100% of shots that you won't take. So yeah, why be on the sidelines? Just apply for the program, create your account right now, and then just your application. And as you have heard, you don't really need to have any prior relevant academic background or relevant professional background with regards to the MS TME program. And again, it is up to us to mold you to be the best fit for the industry. At the same time, I'm gonna come back to Sarah. मैं आपके पास बाद में आता हूँ दोबारा with regards to understanding what are some of the ways we can financially help our candidates finance their program. But before we go over there, I have a question that has come from Rahib, and he's asking, how will the MS TME program help me if I plan on establishing my own startup? So, Badar, naturally routing this question to you, and I also wanted to learn about the intersection of technology management and entrepreneurship.
Very cool. And thank you for the question. I think that's interesting. So, Amar, जैसे मैंने पहले बात की कि startups का ecosystem develop हो रहा है पाकिस्तान में, and this has been going on since 2012-13. पहले कुछ incubators आए, फिर accelerators आए, फिर हमारे यहाँ वेंचर कैपिटल का इकोसिस्टम नहीं था. अब आपने देखा फंडिंग आनी शुरू हो गई है. स्टेट बैंक हैज इम्प्रूव्ड द रेगुलेशन पार्ट एज वेल. फिर अब लोकल इन्वेस्टमेंट हाउसेस बनने शुरू हो गए हैं. सो द इकोसिस्टम इज रियली इवॉल्विंग, एंड हेंस देयर इज अ बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटी के rather than seeking jobs, you can create jobs. अगर आप में थोड़ा सा भी entrepreneurial ability है, तो I strongly encourage everyone कि वो अपना जरूर स्टार्टअप करें, प्लान करें. और हमारे पहले बैच में से भी कुछ स्टार्टअप्स हैं जो इस वक्त अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं, अपने स्टार्टअप्स पे आइडियाज पे काम कर रहे हैं. तो देखिए, जब आप स्टार्टअप में जाते हैं तो टोटली डिपेंड करता है कि आप किस कैटेगरी में, किस वर्टिकल में, किस आइडिया के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं. एंड नॉट एवरी फाउंडर कैन डू एवरीथिंग हिम और हरसेल्फ. उस फाउंडर ने, उस आइडिया जनरेटर ने अपने लिए साथ राइट को फाउंडर्स भी ढूंढने हैं, उनको भी इक्विप करना है, उनकी स्ट्रेंथ्स को भी देखना है. तो दिस प्रोग्राम अगेन हेल्प्स यू इन दैट डायरेक्शन एज वेल, कि आप को फाउंडर्स को भी समझें, आप यहाँ से को फाउंडर्स को भी ढूंढ सकें. दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंड एक्चुअली बाय द वे इन आवर प्रोग्राम इन आवर फर्स्ट बैच एज वेल. तो को फाउंडर्स भी आपको अच्छे मिल जाते हैं, आपको डायरेक्शन सही मिल जाती है कि एक नए स्टार्टअप के लिए मुझे क्या क्या. सो वी हैव डेडिकेटेड सब्जेक्ट्स like business value proposition, which really tells you deep dive कि आपने even business plans कैसे बनाने हैं, आपने business plan की different variants for different needs. For example, अगर आपने fund raising के लिए कैसे आपने जाना है, donors के लिए कैसे approach करना है, वगैरह वगैरह. So you deep dive into that. Again, remember कि कोई भी चीज आपको 100% आपके लिए customized नहीं होती, but आपको एक बहुत अच्छा idea overview मिल जाता है. And hence you get to know कि ये प्रोग्राम से कि मेरा starting point क्या होना चाहिए. And then the most important thing, this program brings a lot of guest speakers, talks, meetups जब physically possible हो सके in person, which means कि you get to network with the right people. And one interesting thing about LUMS is कि NIC Lahore जो incubator है वो भी LUMS के अंदर ही है. So you get everything under one roof. And hence you have a great ability. LUMS की जो सबसे important बात है interdisciplinary बहुत कुछ आप कर सकते हैं. So if you have the drive, you can connect to the right people. LUMS has a LUMS Entrepreneurial Society as well, which is very active. So student activities भी हैं, extracurricular activities भी हैं, NIC भी है. So you can connect with the right people instantly when you are at LUMS. तो एक program का फायदा है, फिर business school का फायदा है, and फिर larger LUMS as an institution का बहुत बड़ा फायदा है, which can help you. And you know, everyone is programmed at LUMS to think in that direction, which really gives you an ecosystem and a positive outlook कि कैसे आप इसको लेके चल सकते हैं अपने आइडिया को आगे.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Badar. आपने काफी सारे ऐसे aspects की बात की जो कि normally हम overlook कर देते हैं, but yes, that's kind of very true कि we are an interdisciplinarity focused institute as well. So I remember when I was conducting webcast for the science school, which is the same thing, that even if you are enrolling in a graduate science program, LUMS, the way we have designed a degree program allows you to, take up courses from different schools. So you could go to the School of Business or take up a course from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences or any other course for that matter. And I think this is something that students pursuing a graduate program at STSB are also allowed to do. So yes.
So Mark, sorry, just to add, sorry,
yeah,
and wanted to add कि जिस तरह for example आप startup करते हैं, आपको developers, engineers चाहिए तो computer science school बनी है. अगर आपको legal advice चाहिए तो law school. So there's huge opportunity within the campus and और बहुत सारी campus की activities हैं जो emails में students को मिल रही होती हैं कि क्या-क्या इस वक्त activities हो रही हैं. So just wanted to highlight and this is a blessing, by the way. This is not available everywhere, even globally. So I think that's something which needs to be harnessed properly by anyone who really wants to do their startup.
Exactly. Badar, thank you once again for pointing that out. Manahil, I'm going to come to you. I'm sure when you were, before you decided to join the LUMS family, you must have done your research with regards to the program or on universities, different programs offered even in Pakistan and outside Pakistan. So what made you opt for LUMS? How did you see LUMS was a different university for the MS TME program?
So I don't think of any university जो आपको entrepreneurial mindset establish करना सिखा रही है अभी. What I think is कि ज़्यादातर the main focus is on corporate world और एक जो thinking out of the box का factor है वो मुझे कहीं नजर नहीं आया. And that word made me inclined towards LUMS. क्योंकि I wanted to have एक problem solving mindset किस तरह से establish किया जाता है. What I was doing previously was hit and trial method. कोई problem आया, try to solve it, establish 2 to 3 solutions, failed once, failed twice, again try to do that, but I didn't had any frameworks in mind. I didn't had the proper methodology of how a problem can be solved. So that was something that made me a bit inclined towards MS TME program. And another thing is it is a very good blend of business studies school and some electives. If you want to have a startup, if you want to be a part of a startup, the fun fact is there are many faculty members who are running their own businesses, who are running their own startups. So जब आप program का part बनते हैं, you can get one-on-one mentoring from them as well. Even उनके failed startups पे अगर कुछ होंगे, they'll be more than happy to share their experiences. Okay, what mistakes they did और आपको ऐसी कौन सी mistakes हैं जो avoid करनी है. And then yes, if you're coming from an engineering background, have an idea to have a startup और आपको नहीं पता कि यार marketing किस तरह से outsource करें. ऐप तो बना ली है, प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट भी हो गई है, इसको मार्केट कैसे करें. तो मे बी बिजनेस स्टडीज में से आपके बैच में कोई बंदा हो जो आपको मार्केटिंग के लिए हेल्प आउट कर दे. तो यस, नेटवर्क को फाउंडर्स का से भी हेल्प हो जाती है. देन टीचर्स की वन-ऑन-वन मेंटोरिंग. इट्स नॉट दैट कि ये कंप्लीटली एकेडमिक प्रोग्राम है. It is more towards practical solutions as well, which makes it different from rest of the degree programs.
Okay, bilkul sahi. Yeah, thank you, Manahil. So Sara, मैं आपके पास आता हूँ. Right before we spoke with Badar last, so I discussed कि financial opportunities भी LUMS offer करता है to our students so that it becomes easier for them to finance their program. So could you please shed some light over there?
Sure. So again, the only condition is being on merit if you do make it to the program. So I think the top three students that make it to in terms of their GPA or their correct me if I'm wrong here, but the top three highest scoring students do get a scholarship. And all the women who are admitted to the program, they got a 50% scholarship. But of course, they have to make it to the program on merit. That's a condition. Uske alawa, student loans are also an option. So you can actually get a loan and fund or partial loan to fund your education or the degree. But again, it's going to be as soon as you make it to the program, the options will be emailed to you, and then you can choose how you want to fund the program. So it's not a very difficult program. If you make it, it's our responsibility to give you the options. I've had students who've deferred a term and then come back, or who had partially taken a loan and then funded their program. So we find you options to make sure that you don't have to miss out just because you can't finance it immediately or through the right channel.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, my internet got disrupted a bit. तो उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम मुझे आ रहा था, but I hope you can hear me now. So thank you, Sarah. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. And I also would want to tell our applicants that the application to apply to the MS programs at STSP were activated on 5th November 2021. And the deadline to take the GMAT, GRE, or NTS GAT General is 10th April. By the way, as Sarah mentioned before, you are only supposed to take one exam. So select, go for GMAT. If you don't want to go for GMAT, go for GRE. If you don't want to go for either of the two, then the option remaining is NTS GAT General, which you will then have to take. And then please make sure you have taken that exam by 10th April 2022. And again, the online application deadline is 19th April. So we really need you to submit your online application by 19th April 2022. So please make sure that last day ka wait nahi kar rahe. You're creating your account right now. And then it's a bit lengthy process. So you're going to need some time. You're also going to need some time to think as to what your exact intentions are, how you're going to be, a nice fit for the fellows who you are going to join, and also once you graduate. So again, it requires a lot of thinking. So please make sure आप अपना account jaldi create करो, and then you are taking time to submit your application. And then also the deadline to submit your online supporting documents is 22nd April 2022. So आपको सब कुछ जो भी अपना हमें with regards to your supporting documents है वो आपने online submit करना है. कुछ भी आपने हमें by mail या hand deliver नहीं करना. सब कुछ आपने हमें अपना online send कर देना, and that should be it. And then once you are shortlisted, you will be called in for an interview, and the classes are expected to start somewhere close to the last week of August or maybe the first week of September. Then again, Sarah, I have a question, which is there a quota of seats, or also do we have a certain number of seats जो हम कहते हैं इस program के लिए, या open है?
No, actually, we just want to stay relevant and meaningful, which means the amount of applications that we get, when we shortlist them on merit, then we decide the class number. So it's not that we're going to, take 50 no matter what, or not go beyond 20. So if we have a good set of pool of applicants, we can go beyond 20 and 25 also, but it depends every year. So you have to see that what the merit and the criteria of the application, quality of the applicants are. There is no set number at all. I don't think quota system works anywhere at LUMS actually. So it's all merit driven, and quality of applicants is going to decide the size.
Because for some reason, this is always a question that I get asked whenever I go for an outreach session, undergrad ka ho ya kuch bhi ho, कि LUMS में quota system है, sports की basis पे है, provinces की basis पे है, and it gives me a sheer amount of joy that नहीं, कोई quota system नहीं है, we are open merit.
I think we should change it. We should not call it the quota system. हम diversity को encourage करते हैं और appreciate करते हैं और welcome करते हैं. So if you think that you come from a very different or unique background, do apply. We'd love to have a chat and see if you fit the program. So take your chances, apply, and we'll see. Don't let anything stop you at this point in time. Might as well.
So another question that we have received from social media is from Saeed. He's asking, how is the program contributing to the research skills of a graduate? So Sarah, you first, and then Manahil.
So it's not a research-driven degree at all. It's not your typical research degree. It is an MS, but it's a science degree. And again, I'm going to lean towards the industry or the experiential side. But we do have courses that we will talk about data analytics, also collecting data, gathering data, cleaning, presenting, and actually analyzing and making sense of data sets. Uske alawa, every individual business core program has some kind of a research project built in. So I would say it's not a very in-depth or a rigorous research degree per se, though it can lead to an MPhil or a PhD. There's potential because it's HEC certified, but it would not give you a hands-on training on how to become a researcher. This will be industry-driven most of the time. Manahil, you want to add something also?
Yeah, just to add your point, yes, it's not research driven. It's more of to do real actions in real time. Like we were allotted some real time projects to do. Like I have been placed in a dominant IT firm, and I've been trying to solve a real world problem with my host organizations. So yeah, research is kind of a fundamental, but it's not driven through research. One of our courses made us to do mock pitches. One of our courses made us to do pitch our business or startup in front of few investors. So yeah, but it's not mostly research driven. It's more of a practical thing.
That's not a skill set we promise that this degree will deliver.
Yeah.
बिल्कुल सही अच्छा
तो हमारे यहाँ ना research is not the destination, research is the journey. The destination is something applied in the industry.
Okay, so dissertation is something that is applied in the industry. बिल्कुल ठीक. Manahil, right before we talked about the research aspect, Sarah was talking about encouraging people from various backgrounds to apply. So when you look at your class fellows, how do you see them in terms of diversity? It could be geographical, it could be academic, it could be professional. So अपने classmates के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइएगा.
Well, my classmates is a mixed bunch of people who are young. Even मुझसे 10 साल बड़े classmates भी हैं, people who have experience, people who have negligible experience of 1 to 2 years as well. कुछ लोगों के पास 10 साल के experience है. I have myself 5 years of experience. So yeah, and then हर एक different background से आ रहा है, कोई engineering background से आ रहा है, कोई business studies background से आ रहा है, कुछ public policy के background से आ रहे हैं. तो मुझे खैर बहुत मजा आया. I love diversity, and then females are encouraged to apply for this program since females have been given leverage of 50% scholarship. So what I request is don't self-reject, don't self-criticize even while writing a personal statement. Don't aim for perfection. Just make an idea, try to pitch yourself the best that you can do, or leave the rest in your Allah's hand. I think that you can, that's the best plan that you can land in LUMS.
और जैसे आपने कहा भी कि we are also trying to encourage female participation. LUMS is probably the only university or one of the few universities in the world offering 50% scholarship for women candidates and at the Sulaiman Dawood School of Business. So if you're enrolling at any of the graduate programs at SDSP, आप women जो scholarship है वो 50% women scholarships से जरूर फायदा उठा सकते हैं. एक last question again that has come from it is what kind of career paths can I choose from after completing the MS TME program? I think people are really worried about where they're going to land once they graduate. So Badar, आप kindly इसमें थोड़ा सा guide करें हमें.
जी बिल्कुल अमार, इस वक्त मैं आपको चलें दोबारा 2 और चीजें ऐड कर देता हूँ डेटा पॉइंट्स. एक, पिछले 4 क्वार्टर्स में पाकिस्तान में सिर्फ जो B2C ई कॉमर्स में ट्रांजैक्शंस हुई हैं वो $4 बिलियन की हुई हैं. इन $4 बिलियन के पीछे हजारों ई कॉमर्स कंपनीज हैं जो अब पाकिस्तान में आ गई. कुछ को हम पॉपुलरली जानते हैं, कुछ बहुत ज्यादा इमर्जिंग हैं, कुछ स्टार्टअप्स कैटेगरी में, फिर इसमें B2C है, फिर B2B भी है, फिर इसमें पेयर टू पेयर भी हैं. तो सिर्फ एक मैं वर्टिकल की बात कर रहा हूँ. सो एक तो IT इटसेल्फ है जिसमें कंप्यूटर साइंस और वो एक IT इनेबल्ड सर्विसेज बहुत सारी हैं जहां हमारा बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटी है. तो ई कॉमर्स इज जस्ट वन ऑफ देम. फिर हेल्थ टेक है, फिर एड टेक है. हेल्थ टेक में आप देख रहे हैं कि इस वक्त बहुत सारे मरहम और इस तरह के जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं जिन्होंने पैसे भी रेज कर लिए हैं, आपको टेलीमेडिसिन भी दे रहे हैं रिमोटली. फिर अगर आप एड टेक में चले जाएं तो एजुकेशन टेक में स्टार्टअप्स हैं. फिर इस तरह डिफरेंट है, फिनटेक है, फाइनेंशियल टेक्नोलॉजीज में स्टार्टअप्स हैं या कंपनीज हैं. इन सब को वो लोग चाहिए जो MS TME आपको जिनके लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है. द प्रॉब्लम विद ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस डिग्रीज है कि उनको टेक की जो है वो इतनी नहीं नॉलेज होता जो कि अब करंटली आपको चाहिए. जो टेक वाले प्योर भी हैं उनको बिजनेस वाली साइड का चैलेंज होता है या लीगल वाली साइड का होता है. इस डिग्री में हमारी कोशिश ये है कि हम इन सब चीजों का एक ब्लेंड रीजनेबल ब्लेंड जो है, इवन विदाउट बीइंग टेक्नोलॉजी ओरिएंटेड, आपको एक ब्लेंड दे सकें ताकि आपको फंडामेंटल्स क्लियर हों कि ये सारा कुछ किस तरह से हो रहा है, डिजिटल इकोनॉमी कैसे चलती है, डिजिटल एडवर्टाइजिंग, डिजिटल हर चीज फ्रॉम अ टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैंड पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कैसे ऑपरेट करती है, हु आर द राइट स्टेक होल्डर्स, आपने किस काम के लिए किससे बात करनी है, किस टाइप के लोगों को एंगेज करना है, इन्वॉल्व करना है. सो आई थिंक द अपॉर्चुनिटी इज इमेंस. लाइक लिटरली अगर आप कुछ और नहीं कर सकते, अगर आप इसके बाद डिजिटल नोमैड बन के फ्रीलांसिंग भी करना चाहें तो आप वो भी बेहतर करेंगे. अगर आप वो नहीं करना चाहते, आप स्टार्टअप्स वाली साइड पे जाना चाहते हैं, अपना स्टार्टअप कर सकते हैं. आप स्टार्टअप नहीं करना चाहते, आप कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में जाके टेक्नोलॉजी के, इवन कंपनी द बिग FMCGs आर नाउ ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग एज वेल. तो अगर उनके डिजिटल डिविजन्स में, उनके ई-कॉमर्स डिविजन्स में काम करना चाहते हैं तो वो भी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. इसके अलावा आपके पास बहुत बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी जो मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक द लोएस्ट हैंगिंग फ्रूट एंड प्रॉब्ली द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग वन, इसकी जो पाकिस्तानी कंपनियों की डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करनी है. I think that's critically important. जो फॉरेन FMCGs हैं वो तो they still have some kind of a direction. जो पाकिस्तानी कंपनीज हैं, SMEs हैं, हमारे पास तकरीबन 4 से 5 मिलियन SMEs हैं. कल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने SME पॉलिसी, नेशनल SME पॉलिसी लॉन्च की है. हमारे SMEs are lacking behind. They know प्रोडक्शन कैसे करनी है, चीज कैसे बनानी है, प्रोडक्ट कैसे बनानी है, एक्सपोर्ट कैसे करनी है, बट उनको डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं आती है. वो भी कॉस्ट कटिंग या प्रॉफिट इंप्रूवमेंट या एक्सेस टू मार्केट्स या एक्सेस टू फाइनेंस डिजिटल पर्सपेक्टिव से नहीं एक्सप्लोर कर पाते हैं. आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इज एज वेल. तो ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी. आई थिंक जैसे सारा ने कहा ना, वो आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, मैंने कहा द कीवर्ड इज आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स. इफ यू रियली वांट टू चैलेंज द स्टेटस को एंड थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, दिस इज द डिग्री फॉर यू.
बिल्कुल सही. Thank you very much, Badar, for this such a detailed answer once again, and the way you have approached it is it's also very fascinating. कि मतलब industry में demand जो है वो edtech में भी है, fintech में भी है, health tech में भी है, there मतलब government में भी है. इसके अलावा भी मतलब there is a lot of demand. And previously आप सही कह रहे हैं
कि हम FYI, sorry आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ once again. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने अभी रिसेंटली स्पेशल असिस्टेंट टू प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑन ई-कॉमर्स अपॉइंट किए ऑन अब्बास पपी साहब. So digital is becoming even within the public sector, digital becoming important. In addition to the Ministry of IT, which already existed, in addition to Ministry of Commerce, there is now a new special assistant to Prime Minister on e-commerce. So IT-enabled services सारी बहुत ज़्यादा importance gain कर रही हैं, and that's where the opportunity is. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem, बिल्कुल सही. एंड जैसे आप बता रहे थे कि पहले लोगों के पास टेक स्किल्स होते थे मगर उनके पास मैनेजरियल एबिलिटी उतनी पॉलिश नहीं होती थी, एंड या मैनेजरियल एबिलिटी है तो वो जो टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट है वो इतना पॉलिश नहीं होता था. सो वी आर एक्चुअली ट्राइंग टू कम अप विद अ ब्लेंड वेयर मतलब हम आपको टेक्निकल साइड भी सिखा सकें एंड एट द सेम टाइम द एबिलिटी टू मैनेज डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस एंड डिफरेंट स्टार्टअप्स एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, इवन whatever it is that is at your hand, आप उसको मैनेज कर सकें बेहतर. So thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much, Manahil and Badar, for taking time out, being with us. And thank you so much to our audience who have stayed with us throughout the first leg of our Knowledge Week. As I've mentioned, we have already done the webcast for 5 different graduate programs offered at Salman Daud School of Business. We are left with 4, including financial management, PhD management, MBA program, and the executive MBA program, for which we'll conduct webcasts starting Tuesday next week, inshallah. And please do create your account. It's a very easy process. It may take you some time, but that again is going to, benefit you and us as well. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much once again. Take good care of yourselves. See you next week.